and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and wine. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now it's time for movie news, reviews, and pulp culture discussion. Jonathan Majors, who was most recently from the series Lovecraft Country, is going to play opposite Michael B. Jordan in Creed number 3.
Oh, I love those shows.
Right. So Michael B. Jordan, you know, he stars as Creed, and so he's actually directing the third installment this time around. So that should be cool. It would be his first directing experience.
Yeah, that's great.
So, and I didn't watch Lovecraft Country, but I'm assuming Jonathan was a great actor in it. From what you saw, do you remember him?
Yeah,
okay?
I do, and it was crazy, weird, crazy, cool, weird.
So, The Silent Patient. This is a novel by Alex. I'm probably going to butcher his last name, but I'm going to say it's Michael Kalides.
Sure.
Is being made into a movie. This is a book that Rochelle and I had in our book club that we read, and this was a Rochelle pick in our book club.
Yes.
And we really enjoyed it, so I think it'll be cool to see it actually brought to life on screen.
I agree, and hopefully they'll do it justice. So.
Right? Can't wait to see who they cast and everything. I was trying to think of like someone who would be in mind for the characters, but I couldn't think of anyone honestly offhand. So
yeah,
we'll see, because they may cast older or they could go younger than the characters are supposed to be. So I guess we'll see.
But it is a good book if you want to read it first.
Right, exactly. Dennis Quaid is set to play Rick Kirkman. He was the reality producer of the Tiger King documentary. And so this is going to be a movie called Tiger King on the Peacock Network. So he's going to be joining Kate McKinnon, who's already been cast to play Carol Baskin.
That's going to be funny.
Right? And then John Cameron Mitchell is going to be playing Joe Exotic.
I'm wondering if this is going to be some kind of a comedy thing too. It has to
right?
be.
Maybe they're going to make it,
especially with Kate
funnier.
McKinnon. I mean,
right? Yeah, don't take it too seriously. Like, yeah, that would be better to play it for laughs. I never thought about that.
Right.
Yeah, hopefully they do. I guess we'll see. Issa Rae is going to lend her voice to the Spider-Woman in the sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh my!
Now that was a movie I still want to see that. I don't watch animated movies too much, which is why it hasn't been done yet. But I do remember thinking that one looked really good. And I remember it won the Oscar for animated feature that year.
Oh, no kidding.
So yeah.
So is this one going to be animated then?
Yeah. So Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was animated, and the sequel will also be.
And the Spider-Woman would be as well.
So yeah, it's just going to be Issa Rae's voice. And Issa Rae, she's the actress who stars on Insecure on HBO. And so, yeah, I think that'll be cool. I'll have to make sure I watch it.
Yeah, you'll have to tell us what you think.
So Rob Zombie is going to be directing a remake of The Munsters as a movie. Now, the original was a series that was from the 60s. So I wasn't around yet, but I do remember watching reruns of it, and it was pretty funny. I
love the Munsters.
So, but Rob Zombie, we know when his remakes always seem super serious. So I'd be interested to know if he's gonna keep it a comedy like it used to be, or if he's gonna actually make it like it's supposed to be like a serious, like scary, movie,
crazy, weird,
right? Because his version of what did he do? Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
I was like,
right?
Wow, he took it over the top. So we'll see what he does with that. Oh my gosh.
He's going to butcher it. The Munsters. It'll never be the same.
Right. So Carey Mulligan and Zoe Kazan have been cast in She Said. This is a movie about the New York Times reporters who brought down Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, wow.
So they're playing the two lady reporters. So that should be good.
And Carey Mulligan and Zoe Kazan were in...
So Carey Mulligan was most recently in Promising Young Woman. And then Zoe Kazan, she was in the TV series, oh gosh, it was a while ago. Girls, Girls on HBO, that ran for like 4 seasons. And then she's done a movie here and there, but that's what she's most
Oh, okay. I didn't
for.
see that one, so.
And then we have Shadow and Bone. That has been renewed for season 2. I'm so excited about this, woohoo! Because I really enjoyed.
Yes,
I really enjoyed the first season. So.
As much as I've seen it the first season, I am enjoying it as well. You just can't be interrupted a lot.
That's true.
In my opinion,
yeah, you need to know what's going on. That's true.
Exactly.
That's one of those
you
ones
really have to watch.
You want to pay attention on that one. So Brian Fuller, who's best known for television's Hannibal and American Gods, is going to do a remake of Stephen King's Christine.
No, Christine.
So wasn't clear if this was going to be like a television type of remake for Christine, like a mini series, or if it was actually going to be for a movie theater. So that remains to be seen, since he's only ever done TV, Brian Fuller. So we'll see. So it couldn't just be like a little series, like a 10-episode series about it. And so this was a movie. I've never seen the full movie of it. I've seen parts, and what I've seen, I wasn't impressed by. So
Really? I thought it was great. I really liked it.
So, but I
also like the book too. So, but I'm a Stephen King fan.
I've never read any of his books, and I think, as we discussed, I was a fan of it, and I did like The Stand, the remake, not so much, but it was okay. So yeah, it's here and there for me with Stephen King, but I've never read any of the books, so I can't attest to that. And then lastly, Annie is going to be the next musical to have a live-action television remake. You know, that follows, Grease and Jesus Christ Superstar. So this one is going to star Taraji P. Henson as Mrs. Hannigan. She's the only one that has been cast so far.
Oh, wow. And where's Taraji P. Henson? What was she in?
So she was last in the Empire TV series.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So, yeah. I think that'll be cool. So, yeah, they still have to cast Annie and all the other orphans and Daddy Warbucks. So
okay, so we're a little bit out from that.
It's early, so yeah, more to come on that.
Cool.
So movies and TV shows out this week. We of course have In the Heights. This will be in theaters and HBO Max, and stars Anthony Ramos, Corey Hawkins, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, who also wrote and is producing this movie version. But he wrote the Broadway play that this is based off of. So yeah, it looks really good. I'm super excited. I know, as we've probably discussed ad nauseum.
I am just so
gonna watch it.
Sad.
Watch it.
I think this one should be seen in theaters, to be honest. It looks amazing with all the dancing and everything.
Oh yeah.
But I guess, if you want to watch it at home, on HBO Max, but it does look like a big screen type of show.
I agree. I recommend everyone do it. I'm going to do it. Just watch it in theaters, and then you'll probably love it so
there
much.
You go.
Just keep rewatching it at home for that month that it'll be on HBO Max. That's what I suggest.
There you go. That's a great idea.
That's just me. Next up is Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway. This will be in theaters and is starring returning I can't even say his name, Domhnall Hall Gleeson and Rose Byrne. So I never saw the first one. I was actually really surprised to see they were making a sequel. So, but it must have done better than I thought. So
yes.
That is also out this week.
I wonder that myself. And Peter Rabbit 2, should that have come out around?
Right, around Easter.
But
right, they probably delayed it with everything else.
Well, it'll be good for summer.
Yeah, that's true. We also have Queen Bees. This is going to be in theaters and stars Ellen Burstyn, Anne Margaret, and James Caan.
What?
So this is after reluctantly agreeing to move into a senior's home, a woman encounters a clique of mean-spirited women and an amorous widower. So she is being played by Ellen Burstyn, and the widower is the James Caan. Anne Margaret is the lead of the Mean Girl clique. I did watch the trailer on this, and it actually does look really cute. It is really like high school Mean Girls in senior citizen home.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it does look. She
How did Anne Margaret look? I haven't seen it.
She actually looks really good.
Does
still.
she?
James Caan, unfortunately, yes, has not aged well.
No.
He does not look good at all. But Ellen Burstyn looked great too. So yeah.
This is a great cast.
Right? I was half hoping it was going to be on something like Hulu or something, but no, it said it's in theaters, so it'll be a bit before I see it, but it does look good. We also have The Misfits. This is going to be in theaters and also available on demand. It stars Pierce Brosnan, Jamie Chung, Tim Roth, and Nick Cannon, of all people.
Oh, interesting.
Right? We haven't
Definitely
seen Nick
The Misfits.
We haven't seen Nick Cannon act anything in a while, but this is a band of modern-day Robin Hoods that recruits a renowned thief to help steal millions in gold bars stashed underneath one of the world's most secure prisons. It looks very... This one I was on the fence again about just watching the trailer, but
Oceans.
we do like Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, I guess kind of like an Oceans, but not obviously as good, just from what I saw.
Right.
But I really like Pierce Brosnan. Jamie Chung, she was on Once Upon a Time, and oh gosh. Oh, she is a Real World alum, so that's where I first saw her way back in the day.
Seriously?
And then she transitioned to acting. She is a really good actress, so, but yeah. And then Tim Roth, of course, he's great. And like I said, I'm sorry I can't speak to Nick Cannon's acting because the things I've seen him in have been so slapsticky that I can't really judge it. His take on the Can't Buy Me Love remake, I was like, that was way back in the day if anyone ever saw that. But and then we have Lupin. This is part 2 on Netflix.
Lupin.
This is picking up right where the first part left off, and the gentleman thief is looking for his son and working to enact his revenge against Hubert Pellegrini, the man who framed his father. So this was one I'd mentioned that I did watch part 1 on, so I'm very excited to finally finish it.
Yeah, you
With
did
part
like that
2,
one.
I did really like it. It was very clever. I like those clever, again, like Ocean's 11-ness, because he is stealing things, plus revenge flicks. All that was thrown in there, so it was a good time. We also have Vanderpump Dogs.
Yay!
This has been released on Peacock actually today. So it's all 8 episodes, I believe it's supposed to be, all at once. So please binge it. And so this is following Lisa's staff at her rescue center, helping dogs and interacting with their colorful clientele.
Oh, and I must say I have been there. I have been to Lisa Vanderpump's rescue, and it is truly amazing. It is very blingy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Very pink.
Very pink. Very pink. And it really is amazing. It's a great rescue center. They have little individual fences and real grass for the dogs too.
Oh, it's real grass. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
Inside.
Wow.
So it's very cool, and I just love what she's doing. I mean, obviously she was one of the housewives of
Right.
Beverly Hills,
Mm-hmm.
and she, this is a huge passion for her. So I'm excited to watch it.
Me too. I'll watch it too. I'm hoping it's going to be on the it wasn't clear again to me if it's on the free Peacock or the one you pay the monthly service fee for. So I guess we'll find out because I just have the free. I haven't subscribed to the one you have to pay for. So hopefully I can watch it myself. And then finally we have Loki on Disney Plus. So this is following Loki, the god of mistress.
Oh,
yes.
on Disney.
The god of mischief, as he steps out of his brother's shadow to embark on an adventure that takes place after the events of Avengers Endgame. So, as a reminder, he is the...
So this is Thor's brother.
Yeah, this
Loki,
is Thor's brother, Loki.
Who was not a good guy.
No, he kind of
He had
layers to him.
issues.
So if you remember in Avengers Infinity War, he had gotten taken out. He had gotten killed.
Yeah.
But he had gotten killed trying to protect Thor. So he has.
Well, that's true. Yes,
he
did.
So this is actually taking place technically in an alternate reality because if we remember from Avengers. I forgot what the one was called before that. Oh, it was in Civil War. Sorry, Captain America: Civil War. Or no, was it the Avengers? No, I can't remember. I'm so sorry. But it's the part where they had went back. Robert Downey Jr.'s character, the Hulk, and there was one.
So Iron Man, the Hulk.
And Captain America. They went back in time to try and get the Tesseract. So this is coming from the point where they went to get it. Everything went awry. The Tesseract, I remember, got thrown across the floor. And Loki saw it and was like, what's going on? And then he grabbed it and just disappeared. So this is where it's picking up from that moment.
Okay.
So, yes, technically we saw him again get killed in the following movie, but this is supposed to be the
What
in-between.
he did in between,
in this other reality while all the other stuff was going on. So, I'm excited. I've already watched the 2 previous Disney Plus series, which is WandaVision and The Falcon and Winter Soldier, and both are awesome. So, I'm sure this will be great too. My only gripe, as usual, is that this is only releasing once a week. So I just want to binge it, and they don't do it that way on Disney Plus.
Dang, yes.
Dang it.
Kind of like Apple. Apple does that. Drives me crazy.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And so we were lucky enough to go and see Cruella last night. So we want to do a movie review on that for you. So this is starring Emma Stone and Emma Thompson, and it does basically follow the beginning origins of the popular Disney villain. But this just showed so many layers to her, I thought. It was,
oh my gosh, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I really found it entertaining. I thought Emma Stone and Emma Thompson were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing adversaries. I won't give anything away, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It was a great story.
Yeah, the plot was awesome. It made sense.
And the dogs are okay. I'm just going to go there.
Yes.
That they're the dogs that are the actors in this film are so great.
I know,
and
they're so
cute.
Oh.
So it makes you feel good.
I know.
Anyway.
I had at one point I had asked Rochelle like, "What kind of dog is that?" And she's like, "Oh, it's a Chihuahua." I was like, "Oh,
With a patch over his eye."
Because he was a little bit chubbier than the normal Chihuahua, and yeah, it wasn't clicking. That's the type of dog. But it was so cute. I want one so bad. Like,
yes,
he's so cute.
Oh, he was super teeny tiny, but
right. What
yes.
was the other dog? The dog that she had.
It just looked like a little mutt, and then it grew into like a Benji kind of mutt.
I was like, okay. But so all the dogs in there were cute. Even Dalmatians, which I'm honestly not that fond of Dalmatians in general, but those were even like cool,
they were so sweet. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a really good show. It was long, so be prepared to sit there for 2.5 hours. But
it was.
You didn't even notice it because you were so into it.
Well, and I think a lot of that too were the trailers, right?
So
do you think?
Yeah, at least
really
15 minutes of it were. So yeah. But it was a good time. Yeah. I did feel some of it. Maybe it was just who we were with, the crowd wise. But I feel like we were the ones that kind of like were cracking up at stuff. Did you notice that?
Well, no, I did hear some people on the side of me. So yeah, and there were a lot of people there, so that was great.
That's true. Yes, so it's like we were in the theaters. It was great. We were eating. We were just out among the people, and it was
no
it was
masks.
Nice it was just
it was awesome.
It was it was great. So
definitely recommend seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yes, it's very good. So for me, I'm definitely going to go ahead and give this. Oh, yes, 5 wine corks. I can't remember what our top was. So, yes, I would give this 5 wine corks. It was very entertaining, and the story made sense. The actors were good. All around great.
Right. Yes, I agree. I agree with you.
The 5 wine corks. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay, so on to what I have been watching this week. So I have finished up Selena the series on Netflix. This was part 2, another one that had a part 2 to the only season, but it's just so good, you guys. Yes, it's sad, but it was just so well done. It's a great story. So when you don't, and if you don't know it, it's great to know about it. And if you did know it a little, like I did, it was great to get more depth, like you said, behind the scenes with the family and what. How they were viewing the situation as opposed to the movie with Jennifer Lopez, which was more just they were trying to tell it more from her point of view. So it was very good. Yes, it was sad, but it was so great. She was such a great girl for such a young age. She had so much going for her, and she had so many.
Oh yeah, she could have gone far.
Dreams, and it just makes you, gosh, want to really punch that lady out so bad.
I'm assuming she's still in jail.
She's in there. Mm-hmm. So I do recommend you watch it. If you haven't seen the first part yet, just watch it all now since it's available. And be prepared with tissues. But yes, it's
on Netflix.
On Netflix, but it's a good time. And then I watched something way out of the box. So there was this movie on YouTube I came across called Dangerous Pursuit. This was from 1990, you guys, 1990. I saw this back in 1990. I remember once I started watching it, I was like, I've seen this. Anyway, it was a USA original. It starred Gregory Harrison, who my mom was in love with back in the day from Falcon freaking Crest.
I love Falcon Crest.
But I have watched him more recently on Chesapeake Shores off the Hallmark Channel. Anyway. And then this actress called Alexandra Power, who I'd never seen actually again after this movie. But it was just so good. It basically was about... she is just a young 21-year-old in New York having fun. She meets this dude who offers her like some money for like a one-night stand, but then it ends up that he is trouble, and she like turns him into the police and then runs for her life. After that, and then she happens across him like 3 or 4 years later. Comes across him, and then so it's basically like a cat and mouse game.
Cow and mouse.
After that, once she comes across him, and it was just so good. I remember thinking, why can't TV movies, when they do them, be like this? Lifetime could take a good glimpse at what USA used to do for movies. Because I do remember
I used to watch USA.
They used to make USA the best
Mm-hmm.
and watching that reminded me of that, and I'm like, this is so good. So I'm just saying, it's free to watch on YouTube. I would check it out. Yes, the clothing hasn't aged well. It was 1990, but the story is still really good. Good. It was a quick hour and 35 minutes, I want to say. So yeah.
You know what? I've noticed kind of going back and watching some of those shows that didn't catch my eye for some reason or not, or maybe it was the title, but then I watch it and I'm like, how did I miss this? This was a really good show. And that's happened a few times, kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah. I was very happy to have it upon it. So I was like, oh my God, I remember watching this. So, yes, I really did enjoy it.
Oh, good. Well, and as we all know, I've been super excited for The Conjuring 3. And, of course, it came out on Friday. Guess who watched it? Yep, I watched it. It's The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. on HBO Max. Now, I did watch it at home on HBO Max, and I will tell you that I wish that I would have watched it in the theater.
Oh, okay.
Only because, you get interrupted, and I love these shows, and I had to keep rewinding because there would be things that they were talking about that I would miss. And so when you do that and you keep going back, I kind of think it messes it up. So I honestly would love to go see it again, in the theater.
Oh, okay.
And this story is also another one of the Ed and Lorraine Warren stories of when they were doing their, their paranormal research, and and they helped so many people. Well, this one made news because it was one of the first times in history that this guy who was accused of killing someone, basically the devil made me do it, they had to prove that in court.
Oh,
and
okay.
they showed clips of all these newspapers, and how just how they planned to do it. So they go to the prosecutor and said, let me introduce you to the Annabelle doll, and then if you don't think that this stuff is real, then we don't have to go any further. But there's a man's life at stake, and so the next scene is they're in court. She's taken the case. So
okay.
Annabelle must have done something at that point to scare her, but it didn't have it had some especially scary moments, but it wasn't kind of like maybe the others that were just had a lot of what do they call those, like where they catch you off guard, scare you?
Oh, just a lot of frights.
Yeah.
Let's say, yeah, jump scares. I
Yeah,
don't know.
jump scares, those types of things. But the story was really good. So, and apparently it did surpass A Quiet Place too. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so that's how much people were aching for that.
Yes. Yes. So, and I do want to see A Quiet Place too, but I did enjoy this one. And again, I do recommend that you see it in theaters, and then maybe later on.
How would you rate it?
I would give this one probably 4.
Okay.
Maybe 3.5, 4 wine corks.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't probably their best one, but it was still really good. So,
Okay.
And then I did finish Mayor of Easttown. Oh, that was so good. I really enjoyed it. Kate Winslet is amazing. And they are talking about a second season, but it hasn't been. It hasn't.
Yeah,
it's not for sure yet.
Yeah.
But there is somewhere for it to go. But I like the shows that have kind of that. Which way is it going? You know who did it, and then you don't know who did it, and it has these little twists and turns, which is, I've brought this out before, like The Killing, which was so good, and I thought, how in the world, and boy, at the end, I didn't see it coming. So I definitely recommend this one, and I am excited for season 2. I hope it gets picked up for another season.
We'll have to. I definitely plan on checking it out. So
yes, you have to watch it.
So I'll have to watch it as well. And speaking of, I just realized I don't remember if I ever had mentioned it before, but Cruella is a go for a number 2.
Oh, really?
So yes, they are
Did not
making
hear
they
that.
are making a sequel to Cruella. So that is something to look forward to. And obviously how it ended. Yes, of course, there's more story to tell. So
yeah, you know what I find interesting is that the villains, the Disney villains, kind of like Maleficent. With these shows that they're doing about these villains, are telling a backstory, so it doesn't make them so villainous.
Right. Yes. It humanizes them more.
It humanizes them, and
so it's
they
not just
all
black
have
and white.
they all have a backstory of something that's
That causes
traumatizing
them.
to them, kind of like real life.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's true.
Anyway, I just thought that was kind of cool that they're doing that, because I hated Cruella. She was going to make coats out of the dogs,
right?
And now it's like, oh, I do like Cruella. She was very, she was very creative.
Exactly.
Anyway, pretty sure Disney didn't intend for that to happen when it first came out.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, let's look forward to it. Now it's time for some movie trailer talk. So first up, we have Space Jam: A New Legacy. This will be out July 16th in theaters and HBO Max, and will be starring LeBron James and Don Cheadle. So this actually looks really cute. I can tell you, I wasn't a fan of the first one. Although I've only seen parts of it, but it just didn't grab me enough to want to watch the whole thing. But this actually looks really good.
Oh, my son loved the first one. Of course,
Oh.
he's a huge Michael Jordan fan.
Oh, right.
I am not a LeBron James fan, so the first time I see that, I'm like, no, I'm not watching it. Do not like him, but it does look good.
Yeah,
it does look good.
It does look
I
cute.
think the kids will dig this. I do.
No, I do too. Yeah.
I think it'll be a popular summer movie.
Yeah, you're right. It does look really cute. Very bright and colorful and just
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Good music.
maybe, just,
So yeah.
yeah,
Maybe
just
since it's on
LeBron
HBO,
James.
since it's on HBO Max, I may check it out. I wouldn't see it in the theater, but
Right.
yeah.
Well, and maybe LeBron James can just retire from basketball, big crybaby, and he can go and be an actor.
There you go.
He's just so darn good.
Next up is Reminiscence. This is going to be out August 20th and stars Hugh Jackman, Thandie Newton, and Rebecca Ferguson. And for those who may not remember, but Hugh Jackman and Rebecca Ferguson were in The Greatest Showman together. So
Yes,
here
they
have
had
another
great
movie.
chemistry, so that's
Right?
interesting.
And so now looks like they're playing a couple in this one. So yeah, that should be cool. But
Yeah.
this looks really cool. We were watching the trailer and I was trying to figure out what it reminded me of, and it's a little bit Inception-ish with the whole memory. It looks like it's about memory, going back and into your memory to figure something out. So
Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
That was so good. So
So-
yeah, this does look good. I'm definitely interested. I would see this.
yeah, definitely intrigued.
Is
So
this,
I definitely watch it.
in
This
theaters
is supposed to be in
only?
theaters. Yeah, just only in theaters. So, and I'm a Hugh Jackman fan anyway, so I'd
Right.
watch it regardless.
Right.
He's so
Yeah.
cute.
Well, let's go see that one then.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And then lastly, we have Candyman. This is a remake of the one from the 90s, but this is going to be out August 27th with sorry if I'm
Yaha.
butchering this, Abdul Mateen II. Most recently from Watchmen. That's where you'd seen him before. Also, Tony Todd returning as Candyman. And then also Lakeith Stanfield, who's just everywhere these days, who's most recently in Judas and the Black Messiah. So this looks very creepy.
Yes, it
Keeping with
does.
tradition.
Yeah, and I'm going to see it.
Right? It's being produced
Saw the
by
first
Jordan
one.
Peele because he can't help himself. This is his genre. This is
I
horror is his genre.
I hear you.
He's sticking with it. So I
liked it.
saw the first one. It scared me. I mean, it
It
wasn't
was
that it was
very scary.
It was like I can't even focus on if I really thought it was good or not because I was just
Yeah.
scared by the first one. But
It was scary.
this one does again look the same. So I'm sure it probably is good. Jordan Peele doesn't seem to make many mistakes in this area ever since he's been doing it. So I don't know. I'm on the fence if I'll see it. Well, okay.
All right. Well, I'll tell you for sure what it's like because I'll watch it.
Maybe scary.
And
maybe
do we know
not.
if it's in both?
Right now, it's just supposed to be in theaters only. So,
Well, shoot.
which honestly, if I were to see it, I'd probably prefer that rather than being at home because then it forces someone to be with me to watch it,
Yep.
and so then it wouldn't be as scary.
Well,
to
and
me.
again, kind of like with my experience with The Conjuring, I've seen all the other Conjurings, the whole Conjuring universe that has come out. I've seen every movie, and I've always seen that in the theaters, and it just makes a difference. So,
yeah.
all right.
That's
So,
true.
hey, then you and I should go see it.
Okay, all right.
Comes
Candyman
out
it
August
is.
27th. It's a
August
date.
27th, bright sunny August. So that'll help. That'll help.
It'll still be light when we
rather
come
than
out.
right, rather than scary October. So we'll try and look forward to it.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. And thanks so much for listening. We had fun as usual, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. Please give us a review or comment, as it really does help us out. And please follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys. Oh, and just a little reminder, just almost forgot, we will not be having an episode next week because this one over here has to be out of town. But that's
Traveling
okay.
for business, my other job.
Right? So we'll pick this up the following week. So see you then.
Happy watching.